Hey there guys, this is Flamzeron, aka YouTube's Tasuke, and today I'm going to show you Dark Souls 2. That's right, the sequel to Dark Souls 1. I'm not going to lie to you guys, I've been trying to record this for a very long time. It's been giving me a lot of trouble. This is my Elgato, so I can record in HD, and there's a bit of a 2.5 second delay, and I'm going to do my best to time it. But you guys already know about that if you've seen my Dazzle Elgato comparison video. This, on the other hand, is a commentary video, one of my old commentary videos. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but really, I'm going to kind of change it up a little bit. It's more like a review / commentary, not on my thoughts on, but, you know, more like a, because the commentaries, I might get to a point where they're gonna die off, but you know, I'm gonna do what I can. So, and I'm gonna try to make sure my commentary is as timed as possible. I've got a system for it already in place that I've been doing and testing when trying to record this game. And sorry if the quality's not that good. I'm recording this in 720p because trying to record this while having my PS3 set to be able to record 1080p really messes up everything. Like it blanks out and whatnot. But it looks nice. So, firstly, you have to excuse me as I say shield. Unshield. One more time. Shield! Unshield. Okay. That's just me testing, but this is my guy. As you can see, he's got the rare, what's it called? Black Dragon Sword. I made it a lightning weapon because lightning actually does pretty well in this game, and I like it. I had to friggin' hunt for this thing, though, and by hunt, I mean someone had to trade it to me. It was a bit of a pain. I had to give them cracked blue eye orbs. That was a pain, but this is my guy. As you can see, he's got some cool stuff. This shield in particular, I think is nice looking, and you know, it's funny because if you look at its stats, it doesn't have it doesn't have complete 100% physical reduction. It only has 96.2, technically 96.4 with scaling, but it actually does very well. Like, and you'll probably see it later on that it really doesn't matter. Like, damage reduction does not matter that much. They give you, there aren't even that many like 100% shields. I have one of them, but I guess I'll show you guys Majula while giving my thoughts. Atmosphere wise, it has its strong points. I think it's a little bit better than Dark Souls 1, but still not quite up on the level of Demon Souls. Demon Souls was almost kind of spooky. You could almost call it a horror game, but I want you guys to meet one of my favorite NPCs. Where is she? Oh, howdy. Yep, she's a cat.
It seems that we must now part. Why now? I don't see how it should matter. Just because I'm a cat?
I love you. Her voice actress does a great job, and she said that we were going to have to part, and that really upsets me on her. No, it actually doesn't, but you can buy stuff from. Ooh, I should probably buy that. Purchased. But what else does she have? Absorb HP. I don't care. And she gives you a list of your covenants. As you can see, I'm an heir to the sun. Really quickly. Praise the sun. Sun bro for life. Yeah. Nope. Let's hear her talk more.
Honorable Sovereign, take your throne. and do great things if it please.
Okay, we can figure something out. She's actually I love her. She's one of my favorite NPCs. But over there's the shop guy, and this is probably one of my favorite buildings in all of Majula. I realized I wasn't really talking into the mic there, but I really like this place. I feel like it's pretty. Has a lot of atmosphere, and that squealing is the fucking pigs, because they're all like, we're pigs. We don't like it when you're over here. But over here is another area with this guy.
It seems that all the flames have been lit. It makes me feel somehow. Wait, what am I doing here? Who are you again?
That's a story thing. People forgetting things and going hollow and whatnot. That's a. I won't go into the story of this game and how it connects with Dark Souls 1. I might say that for a later video. Plus, I want to hear what Epic Name Bro thinks, because he's the quote-unquote expert. But, what I like about this place is that it has sort of like a homey feel to it. I don't really like the placement of the bonfire. I feel like I can't really explain it in a way that's coherent, so you're just going to have to take my word for it. That's what I feel. Emerald Herald. I do like that, the idea of like a main hub, and I do like that you have to come back to level up with this bitch, the Emerald Herald.
Bearer of the curse, I will always be at your side until hope has fully withered.
You can level up with her. I don't think I can. Oh no, I can. Should I level up just for the heck of it? I can do 2. 10. No, that doesn't matter. Though it does increase my cast speed and my defenses. What about dexterity? Give fuck. Adaptability. Julie, okay. Wait a minute. I need to check something. Item box. Great heal. 28. Heavenly Thunder! Oh, and Great Lightning Spear is a fucking 42. But I could do Great Heal. Nani? I'm gonna think about that, because I'll have more souls by the end of this. Not many, but for those who want to know my stats, here you go. I generally all the stats that I actually care about are the ones that are at 26. Like the dexterity, I only did so I could use that sword, and the 8 I got up so I could get this NPC right here. I wanted to get him. He's the magic guy, who is that chick's master, who you actually get a chance to clothe. I wanted to give her something girly. I hope I did okay. But I wanted her to look kind of peasanty because she was wearing something like that beforehand. So okay, so it's like the girl version, really. So I think she looks fine. I think that suits her. Then here's the crestfallen dude. What's up, buddy?
You need my help, do you?
I don't need your help at all, so goodbye.
May you find peace on your journey.
Right. But what I like about him is that he's still crestfallen, so he's kind of broken, but you can kind of heal him a little bit. You get all these people in here, and he's all like, "Thank you. You've given me reason to live. I've been voiced by the same actor for the past 3 games." But yeah. So he's cool, and I sort of like that interaction. That's really the main point for me. Like, so I really like how they made it to where a lot of people go to Majula. I actually really like she was one who came from another level. She definitely did. The blacksmith he had to let into his house. I just like having like a little posse. It reminds me that they're good people here. But In order to give you guys real content while I talk about the game, well first, I can show you guys while I go places. I want to show you guys all my favorite levels. I've beaten the game. I beat it with Nick this past last week because we were finally able to co-op, and I'll get to that later on. But this is probably one of my favorite levels, the Huntsman's Copse, which was the beta test level. So if you have played that, you'll probably recognize this level. Heck, if you've played the game, you'll recognize it anyway. But yeah, and sorry that I didn't actually upload any footage of the beta. I didn't want to be, because they said, don't upload any footage. Let's see a place you can go to over there. There's an NPC over here. I want to see if he'll talk to me.
The dark stirs. I see it. The dark is sparked within you. My name is Falcon. I will trade with you. What do you need?
I actually never got him, so cool. Cast for sorceries and hex. Whoops. Sorceries. Oh. Miracles and hex. Maybe. Ring of life protection. Okay. Magic barrier. Ah, cool. He's a hex guy.
No matter, the time will come.
I'm gonna have to talk to him later. But this is one of my favorite levels, and I guess start off combat. I like one thing I like, which I'll show here. Rolling, I feel like has been generally improved, and I felt this in the beta. Like even though I was wearing like heavy equipment, I felt like I could still roll effectively. You still roll, and you don't really get the true fat roll where you just kind of like hunch over until later on. Had to kill that person because they're a jerk. Kill that person because they're a jerk as well. This is a relatively early level, so my guy's actually pretty beefy. Oh no, poison! What am I gonna do? I have 9 Estus flasks. I guess that's another thing I should probably mention. Small blue What the hell? What did this person give me? Blue Berkerker. Oh, derp. Where was I? I was talking about combat, I think. I like the combat. It's nice. It goes well. Truthfully, I forgot what I was going to say, so I'll just move on to something else. I like with the equipment, because like as you see, this is my equipment, but this wasn't really end game. Like I got this relatively early in the game. Heck, the Drangleic mail that you can get. Oh, I was going to talk about healing. I'll get to that in a sec. I guess I really am like Epic Name Bro now if I'm doing that kind of commentary. I'm doing live commentary. That's why I was doing the sync thing earlier, because I'm not really a big fan of post commentary, not unless I absolutely have to. But anyway, this armor, I got it relatively early on. Heck, my chest you can get like after beating one of the early bosses. Small orange burr. Who the heck keeps shooting me with their arrows that aren't doing anything? With healing, you're pretty limited early on, because this game has different healing things, like, the life gems, which I have 99 of because I'm a heavy spender. But they also give you the Estus Flask, which I use mainly. I like to really kind of conserve my life gems. I like to kind of save them, unless I need, like, quick healing or just an extra boost or whatever. But the main reason why I like this level, by the way, is this one I think I like I like the atmosphere that the design has. I personally don't really. The atmosphere I think is kind of tiny here, but I like it. It's not really a. I just think it has a nice design. We're coming up to one of my favorite bonfires. That was relatively unintentional, because there's another one that you jump down from. But this is probably one of my favorite bonfires, just because I like these kind of bonfires where they're in like a separate place. Like I like that about Dark Souls 1 and the I can't remember the name of the place before. Not the gutter, like the place where you fight. Where you fight the gaping dragon. I don't remember the name of that level, but the first bonfire you get in there because it's kind of sectioned off. This is probably my. I like this atmosphere because it's like a dark forest, so you don't really get to see anything. And there are some enemies that'll be like, "I'ma get you," because I'm so powerful with my awesome sword. That while we've got a bit of a down moment, one thing I also liked: 4 ring slots, ring of steel protection for the defense, ring of blades for the offense. Both are +1. 3rd dragon ring because it increases HP, stamina, and maximum load. So it's almost like a ring of favor and protection, or the FAP ring, as people like to call it. And then the ring of life protection because it's really broken. It's the ring where if you die you don't lose anything and it breaks, but in this game you can repair it. So pretty busted. And there's a higher version one of it because this ring doesn't protect against like petrification, but it does protect against bitches. Ooh. That was one of the backstabs. They're not just like a random stab. You actually kind of have to trigger them, and I think that was sort of their way of trying to improve on it and make the game have less lag stabs for multiplayer. I think this was I think with this game, in terms of the design, they had multiplayer in mind. I felt like all the PvP matches that I've done, which haven't been many, it's been fair. Like, I think they designed this with the multiplayer in mind, because they know that. I think they knew that a lot of people played this game on multiplayer, and it's pretty fun as multiplayer. Yeah, great. Oh, yeah. I really like this sword. It's destroying things. I will note that it doesn't have any form of stab at all. But the other issue is that, let me show you. This is the lightning longsword. This is the weapon I was using before, and yep, it doesn't stab. You have to friggin' two-hand it before it'll stab. You just go like that. Which, I guess that's fine, because stabbing was kind of not broken, but it definitely took out a lot of people, or took out a lot of HP on both enemies and players, so people probably tried to abuse it. This was the bonfire area that I was talking about in my beta test video, where it felt both safe and scary. Because, like one of the things I like, it's in like it's a little house thing. It's almost like it's a fireplace in a house. And, there's all these lights. There are all these, there's this fire thing, so it really lights up the place to the point to where it starts to turn kind of yellow. But there's a friggin' cave over here with skeletons in it, which I'm going to go in, and you can get cursed here as well, which getting cursed here doesn't do a damn thing. Honestly, it doesn't do much, because your character's already cursed. But as you can see, there aren't any skeletons in here because... Let's go here. Because another thing of this game is that if you kill the same enemy enough times, they will end up despawning, which it can be good if you're trying to get through a level really quickly. or if you're just trying to get through a level, you know, you're not really worried about, you know, getting the equipment and whatnot, you're not trying to farm everything, you just want to beat the level, it's useful. But if you're trying to farm, like I actually went over here to farm some human effigies, which are the items you use to bring your life back. It's like the humanities, and this is as far as I'm going to go with this level. But yeah, that's probably one of my favorite levels. Another one of my favorite levels is this one. Really nice level. But it can be annoying if you're trying to farm for stuff, because then you'll be trying to farm something, but then the enemy will despawn, and then the only way to bring them back is by using a bonfire aesthetic, which it resets everything, but the only reason why it resets everything is because you're playing it on New Game. You're taking that level to New Game Plus. With this game, I felt like they really tried to like have a very controlled difficulty. It's still Dark Souls. It's still difficult, but they had a lot of things to not only make the game hard, but also a little bit make the game easier. What are you looking at, buddy? So, this is another one of my favorite levels. The reason why I like this level is because it has sort of like a medieval sort of look to it. I like over here. There's like a farm area with farm people and monster pigs. But, you know, it's like a farm area, so it kind of reminds me of like a medieval sort of level. Plus, you know, this enemy has a big theme on this level has a big theme on spiders, which I find which I kind of like, because it kind of reminds me of, you know, giant spiders from like RPGs. That's the main reason why I like this level. It reminds me of like traditional Western RPGs, and I feel like this level kind of fits the bill pretty good, because it's got, you know, the village farm, and it's also got the church and the giant spider, and you missed. Hey, buddy. Buddy, you want to try it? Heh. I guess another thing I don't really like is that in this game the bodies, they don't really wiggle around anymore, which I kind of thought was funny. There aren't really any times where it got annoying either, so I guess I didn't really have to go up here. But roll! Oh, I took damage. Better Estus. In this game, like, there's a stat for like raising up your shield, taking an Estus, and I think it also implies like general speed, like with running and whatnot. But ooh, not good, because I used up my stamina. Okay. Ow, you cursed me, you asshole! You can get guard broken. Oh, that's small. Oh. Cool, yeah, I'm getting things that I could trade to. We're getting up to a boss area pretty soon, so I'll take you to, I'll leave my thoughts on bosses in general when I get there. There's supposed to be a spider guy that comes out at some point. Yep. I'm gonna lightning spear you guys. Lightning spear! Eh! Ricard's rapier. I don't think I ever got that. I can't use it either. I'm not good enough for it. No, that's like a friggin' Tails thing. You know, like Sword Rain. But switch back to my dragon sword. I like the torch system in this game. You light the torch, and they've got a little torch, and like I can see, and it can serve as a shield as well, and you can hit stuff with it if you want to go like, So that's nice. It does have a time limit though, but you can like light stuff if you want. Oh wait, here I'll light you on fire. Okay, this is getting tiresome. But they're nice little thingies. I don't use them that much. I try to light up stuff as much as I can, but no. We're getting up to a boss area soon, so the bosses, they're not really that tough. Let me go up here. They're still like, because they're bosses, so they're hard. And I generally like to keep an extra player with me. I did that same thing in my first attempt at this, and I don't know why I didn't learn my lesson. I thought that might have been a special place. But, like, this is one of the boss rooms, and this boss in particular was not hard at all. Like, honestly, very easy boss. Oh, it's a good thing I didn't roll. But, bosses in general, they're not really that hard, in my opinion, actually. They don't really come across as really that hard. Like, I felt like even though, like, I had two people, I was like, I felt like I was actually helping out and doing damage and whatnot. And I don't know, I guess this game taught me to be a more aggressive player. And this is where my favorite level changes and is no longer my favorite level. But there's an NPC up here that I want to talk to. Just to kind of express some of the subtleties of this game. There he is. This is the partner dude.
Now, confess your sins to me.
Okay. Let's see what kind of shit you got. What kind of shit you got? Oh, he's also got, great heal. And where's cursing prayer? Purify the body, removing all. Oh, cool. And this is a force. Oh, I've got emit force, which, by the way, if you want to see what emit force looks like, this is emit force. It's awesome. Okay. This guy again.
Ask that you sin.
Okay, pardon. I have not sinned, because I'm a nice person.
Anyone can be forgiven, as long as he is sincere. No matter how terrible the sin. Surely, we all deserve mercy. Yes.
I suppose we do.
Whenever you are
Yeah. One thing I kind of want to note is that, he's a partner, and he's all like, confess your sins. But it's funny because he's, there's all these dead bodies here, which, game-wise, they're just like loot. That's generally how bodies work in this game, or those kind of bodies. But it's funny because, like, he's surrounded by all these dead bodies. Oh, and stairs, you can just kind of slide down. And, of course, when you go upstairs, you can go up. You can also jump down. I've never done the jumping down thing. I don't really, like, some of the stuff, like, I never got invaded that much. But one thing I should probably note is that you can get invaded outside of, regardless if you're alive or dead. Like, if you're undead, you'll still get invaded. I've noticed that even after you've beaten, like, the boss of a level, you'll still get invaded. But the bosses generally aren't really that hard, and some of them are arguably repeats. Like, I mean, Ornstein shows up, so he's a popular one. And I consider that more of like just a hint at what Drang Lake actually is. That's the name of this place, Drang Lake. See, any other level I can show? Maybe this one. Okay, Roy's resting place. I'm just starting here because I think an NPC invader is going to show up. I think. Oh, what do you know? Someone I can summon. No, I'm not going to summon you, Spock. I'm sorry. Here, this is actually a pretty level. Ooh, boy. This was not the best place to go. Emit Force! Emit Force! Run! Escape. 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 There we go. And I like the loading screens. I think they're nice. And the item descriptions, they still have little hints here and there, but I feel like it's less in the item descriptions and more in like the dialogue. So that I actually think they threw in nicely. It's a lot of it's given from a lot of unreliable characters, though. I don't know if I consider this a favorite level, but this is definitely a pretty level, and it's also one of the most bright. Who the fuck hit me? Who the fuck hit me? What you did? Stop! Stop it! Thank you. No, stop! I might die if I'm not careful. Stop! Thank you. Oh, item. Dragon Charm. What are you doing? Looked like she was kind of moving. But this is sort of a pretty-ish level. Not really that spectacular, if you ask me. Things betwixt. This is the starting level as well as the optional tutorial that you can do. So if you want to know how to kind of play the game, you can. I feel like in general, this game's challenges, for the most part, fair. There have been some times where, like for example, I was trying to get a crystal lizard in the fire level, and I turned around to go get him, but like I don't know what happened, but like for some reason my character like took a step back as well, which made him fall off the edge because I was kind of on like a corner. I'm just like, what the F? But yeah, these are nice little places. I repeat things a lot when I don't really know what to say, but these are the bitches that you can talk to. This one will let you reallocate your stats.
Still determined as ever,
I don't care. Yeah, you can reallocate your points. Yeah. What if I go in here? This is kind of a nice and cozy place. I don't really like that it's got 2 openings, but... And this is another chick you can talk to.
The old women are sisters. I am told there was a 4th. Long ago, firekeepers were commonplace. But now they are lost, scattered to the winds.
Right, these chicks are firekeepers. And if you remember in Dark Souls and on some of the item descriptions of, I think, the Firekeeper Souls, they were like, but never should the Firekeepers meet. Which is kind of funny because, you know, here they've met. So this game kind of tries to answer some stuff from the first game, I think, but it's mainly trying to answer the question of what this game has, like, it's trying to be all like, where do the connections lie? This is another one of my favorite levels. I think probably my last one. And then I'll get into like my final stretch. But overall, I actually really enjoy this game. I feel like in terms of control, it's got some things better than Dark Souls 1. I mean, I feel like each new Dark Souls or / Souls game helps you practice the other things that you learned in the previous game to make you a better player of the series in general. Maybe even a better gamer, but... Oh, hi there. You can go to sleep. Okay. This is gonna be a bit of a doozy, but I can do it. Come at me, bitches! Stop it! Any others? Yeah, as you can see, I rarely use the life gems. Rarely use them. Rarely lose them too because I don't always use them. I always have that 99. It just kind of happened, and now I just kind of try to keep up with 99. But this is the Shaded Woods. The reason why I like it is it kind of goes along with the whole medieval theme. I sort of like the forest area. I kind of just nudged him. I'm like, hey. It's freaking pregnant-looking people. The babies are probably corrupt. Maybe that's why so many people are cursed. Lightning spear. Ooh. I didn't want to do that, but fair enough, I'll give you some shots. As you can tell, I don't really care about getting poisoned because my guy is just pretty powerful. I'm going to emit force this guy. Emit force! Ooh, it killed him. It killed him good. In many ways. Ways that I cannot explain. Item ahead. I think I already got it. Yeah, I already got it. And this level also leads to like the big climax level. Like if you remember in Dark Souls 1, you had to go to Anor Londo. That was the big climax level. And then after that, you took care of like the quote-unquote legendary people. And this game, they do it slightly in reverse. I'm trying to think of how exactly it went. Oh, yeah, I think it's similar. I mean, the first game, you just tried to ring all the bells, and that was the first thing. Then you went to Anor Londo, then you fought, like, the four people who had Gwen's soul. This is a foggy, scary place. It's really scary and foggy. There's apparently a merchant there, too, that you can summon later on. But over here is where you go to continue your mission. Watch this. You go all the way over here. And as soon as you get there, and someone throws things, all these people are just like, what? It's like if you don't attack them, then they I like how it shows your guy being weak if you're like kind of low on HP and tired or whatnot. But they just it's like if you don't attack them, they won't bother you. But with this, I'm going to be able to show you guys some of the more pretty moments of Dark Souls 2, as well as the one of the like the Silver Knight / Black Knight of this game, which I wish we knew more about. Because if you've watched trailers, then you kind of know about them as being like the characters that don't really they just kind of sit there and they look like Solaire a little bit, which makes me wonder what their actual status in life is. But in this game, I was going back to like the structure of how it's all set up and its length. In this, you know, you fight the old ones, which, you know, are supposed to represent the same the same four or 5 people that you fought in Dark Souls 1. Like, I understand the old Iron King is supposed to be Gwyn, which I think is fitting because he's got sort of like a dragon god sort of look to him. He's not as awesome as Dragon God, but you know. Over here, you beat them, then you go to Drangleic Castle, which is where we're about to go to, and then you do the King's level, and then you do the Memory of the Giants, in which you get to fight. Oh, look over there. Which you get to fight who I consider the hardest boss probably in the entire game, and it kind of goes along with one of my critiques, which I'm gonna wait in a bit to tell you guys. See, you've got these dudes. They're just kind of sitting there, not really doing anything. You can't talk to them either. From what I understand, you know, there's a lot of stuff that's different in New Game Plus, and I've beaten this game already, and as you saw in the first bonfire, you know, it gave me the option to start my second journey, basically go to New Game Plus, which I'm not going to. So if you guys want any help and you're of my level in soul memory, then we can maybe co-op. But you're given this ring, you get this ring at some point. I want to try something. You can hear the voices of foes. Sounds like he's saying I'm a wraith. If you look, their helmet is covered up, so it's kind of hard to hear what they're saying. And I'm not going to fight them. I've actually been leaving them alone. I've been leaving them alone just because they're not doing anything, and I don't generally like to attack enemies that don't attack me back. You hear that, bad guys? If I don't attack you, if you don't attack me, I won't attack you. Basically, is the moral of the story. Illusionary Wallhead. Really? No, it's not. Speaking of messages, look at this. Wait, hold on. That's one of my messages, and it's gotten even more since the last time. It heeds Tower of Flame. I said try horse and then wheel. Like, I'm just like, I just said that just for no reason. People have been rating that one up, and I'm just like, it was just a joke. See, we went from over there, and now it's all raining shit, making this game look really sexy, and this is the Anor Londo of this game. Though in this game you have a general mission. I was about to die because these guys are actually kind of tough. Especially when you're not really trying to dodge their moves, you're just trying to tank. I'm more of a tanker. So I try to put a lot of stuff in like defense and whatnot. Oh, got their armor. How does it look? How does it look? Fucking disgusting! Alright. Here we go. And once we reach this corner, look at how pretty that is. Drangleic Castle. Look at how pretty this is. It's really nice looking too, and it's a lot bigger than Anne Orlando. Anne Orlando, I felt like had like this magnificence look to it because the entire place was just like this golden kind of thing. And I think it was supposed to represent fire, which is why everything kind of had that sort of hue to it. But that's that. Now let's go back to Mahula, or Majula, whatever you want to call it. I like being able, because I like increasing my casting speed and whatnot, because then it makes my spells go by faster and I can lightning spear people. I've actually PvP'd with someone earlier and I was able to dodge their lightning spears by just rolling in front of it. And I'm just like, oh my god, yeah! So, I've mentioned, what I thought about, the little things like, the combat, the atmosphere, the story, the armor, the lore and how it's placed, its connections with Dark Souls 1 a little bit. I don't want to go into too much detail, and I haven't really thought about everything. But, this place. I guess I'll finish off with probably my biggest complaint is that multiplayer I felt like was really difficult. It was really difficult to, like, co-op with Nick, or Transangel 100, or whatever you want to call him. Like here. The standard stuff, like, you have to be within the soul level range. I'm 152, and depending on other things, I might push it to my faith to 26, bring me up to, I think, 154. So assume I'm at 154. Assume I'm at 152 or 154 if you want to call it. But anyway, another factor besides your level and your covenant and whatnot is your soul memory. Souls that once dwell within the flesh will always remain in memory. Could this be a blessing or a curse? I think it's a curse. As you see, I've got like 3 million, and in order to co-op with certain people, you have to be of a certain soul memory. Basically, it's your total amount of souls, so it changes a fair amount, a lot. Or it can change pretty quickly if you're not careful. So if you're trying to co-op with someone and you're behind or something, you have to have the other person like not play the game practically, or just kind of mess around. And then, and this was really hard for Nick and I, because, at first, we were able to co-op pretty easily, and, we like playing Dark Souls together, and one of our complaints with the first game was that we couldn't co-op as easily, because, we had to, like, it was like a server thing or something. I think it was like just one server that was like split into sections. With here, it's like dedicated servers, so. Or I think they have something like that. I'm not entirely sure about the details. And we were able to co-op pretty easily. And if you have your online set to your cross-region play set to allowed, you'll get a lot more. So you'll get a lot more. Oh, what do you know? My message has been rated to 50 fucking 8. What does that even do anyway? I don't think that does anything. But anyway, back to soul memory. It was tough, and we were able to co-op for like early on, but then we got to a point where we couldn't, because we were playing the game on our own with other people and whatnot and progressing through the game, but we were, going at a different pace. So, not to mention, we just play the game differently. So, it was kind of hard to really co-op with each other. And we kept trying, and we got it right, like, in the Dragon Mansion place. And that was a bit of a pain. But we finally got it working for the final boss, Nishandra. Another thing I like, about this game, really quickly, before I continue on with my hate, is that if you kill a merchant, their tombstone will show up, and you have to pay an amount of souls to talk to him again. But if you do, you can bring them back to life temporarily, and you have to pay it like over and over. It's almost like sort of like a punishment for regretting your what you did. I still don't know what that chain thing is. And there's my guy's face. I'll take my mask off, or my helmet, so you can really get a good look at him. Look at how sexy he is. Ugh. See, he's got the red hair, and you saw the beard and the blue eyes, and he's got long hair this time. I just thought it looked cool. But, and of course the Jester's hat, which is good for like farming stuff, because it increases the amount of, it increases your item discovery. Wait, hold on. Effect raises, yeah. Let's go back to my helmet, though. My guy's got a bit of a musketeer look to him. But one of the things I didn't really like was, you know, we really struggled with co-op, and now we finally have an idea. I feel like it's entirely, it's really, you know, the soul memory is the highest value. It's the main one. And of course, you can use the name ring, which is this ring right here, and basically you just pick one of these. But you know, you pick those, and that's like your server, and that's how we were able to get it working a lot easier than others. But really, it was just kind of annoying, because then it got to the point that even with the name ring, you know, the soul memory was just, our numbers were just so off that we couldn't even co-op even with the name ring. And we were of the same, we were part of the same covenant. You know, we drink the Sunny D, if you will. But yeah, I guess that's really all I can think of. Again, if you want to co-op, you know, just let me know. Private message me or something. We can work something out there. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Overall, I'd say the game was pretty good. I personally like it. And sorry that this one was kind of long. You know, I just had a lot to show. But anyway, this is Flamesron, aka YouTube's Tasuke, signing out. This was a good game. See you later.